So much for your perspective. All right, moving on. Kurds in Turkey's southeastern Diyarbakır province have said that they expect steps from the government as part of ending the decade-long fighting between the military and Kurdish militants after the Kurdistan Workers' Party, the PKK, said that it is withdrawing from Turkey. Some residents of the Diyarbakır have reacted to the situation. Let's listen in.
ميزة دولتي شبكة دولتي ببر بقرن يفرلمش ببي ورن بأم قومي هذن مرنا في خلكي برا خلت عداي هنا الوابك خلكي هي تعدل الوابك بقى هرج لذاتي ناوين مرة هر كدري ميزة بت شو ميرجيدا زيشكر قولهم هر كدري قونا ممري ميزة براش خورق توبلا مش كن تركيا خورق ياشام مش ببن برا Türkiye ders bira Türkiye jera hakiki bira bebin.
Türkiye'de bir savaş bitirmesi lazım. Kürtler için de iyidir, Türkler için de iyidir. Zaten Orta Doğu bozuktur ama her taraf savaştır. Önce zaten bunların gayesi Abdullah Öcalan'ın serbest bırakılması, tutsakların serbest bırakılması, hatta bir genel af olması lazımdır. Tamam. Ondan sonra Kürt dili genellikleri her şeyi örf adedi serbest bırakacak. Kürtleri tanıyacak, Kürt kimliği tanıyacak. Budur, başka bir şey yoktur.
Valla devlete mesajım şu. Kan akmasın, barış olsun. Başka da bir şey istemiyorum. Yani bunu samimiyetle söylüyorum. Budur. Başka bir şey söyleyecek lafım yok. Yani yeter ki kan akmasın, barış olsun. Budur. Teşekkür.
All right, and meanwhile, Turkey has hailed a move by Kurdish militants to withdraw from Turkish territory to northern Iraq on Sunday as a concrete result in efforts to end the 4-decade-long conflict. Omar Çelik, spokesman for President Erdogan, has stated that the PKK's decision to withdraw from Turkey and the announcement of new steps towards disarmament process are concrete results of progress. Mark Sutherland, a geopolitical expert, still with us from London. Mark, of course, long-standing conflict. 4 decades is a long time for any country to be embroiled in any kind of a conflict. This is, of course, not the age of conflict. And as we can see, a number of these conflicts around the world have come to an end. Of course, this is a bit of good news coming in. Your thoughts?
Indeed, yes, as you've just said, any conflict that is ending, it is good news if it is genuinely ending. And the PKK, with the as we look at various reports, with the release of Abdullah Öcalan, if I have that pronunciation right, which was, I think, quite a surprise as the PKK leader, quite a surprise to the PKK in this situation, surprise to the Kurdish people. But he is now turning around and saying, you're right, after the 4 decades, estimates maybe losing the 50,000 people lives have been lost in this conflict, that we're withdrawing. Now Turkey needs to put in place within government to be sincere with what the Kurds have asked for, and to be sincere about that, and to back that up on a policy level. So this is where we are at, and I think Benita, as you have just said, it's a very good reminder. We need to remind ourselves that there are, very sadly, a number of conflicts that are going on in the world that need to be sorted out. We've had all this focus on what's happening in Gaza and Israel, and then we have forgotten in regard to other conflicts that are taking place, and that is always a good thing when we're now paying attention to those, like Nigeria, for argument's sake, or the Sudan, or in this case, with what's happening between the Kurds and Turkey. Benit.
All right, Mark, appreciate you joining us once again. All right, Slovakia's Prime Minister Robert Fico has or will not take part in any European Union program aimed at financing military help for Ukraine in its fight against Russia's invasion. Fico has also criticized EU sanctions against Russia for its war in Ukraine, saying they are hurting Europe more. Slovakia and Hungary, both buyers of Russian energy supplies, are now facing US sanctions on Russian oil companies. Rosneft and Lukoil due to come into effect next month. Meanwhile, Slovakia stopped state military and for Ukraine when Fico's government came to power in 2023, but he has still allowed commercial sales. Fico differs with European Union and the states on the war, saying that a solution is not on the battlefield. Listen in.
Ako predseda vlády Slovenskej republiky odmietam, aby sa Slovensko zúčastnilo na akýkoľvek finančnej schéme, ktorej cieľom je pomôcť Ukrajine zvládať vojnu a vojenské výdavky. Môže vykrikovať Korčok a ďalší, že ani náboj. Áno, zadarmo ani náboj. Keď si od nás chce niečo kúpiť, predáme. Prečo nie? Ak dnes Spojené štáty majú plné sklady zbraní a hovoria, kupujte od nás a dávajte na Ukrajinu. Ak sme my schopní niečo vyrobiť takéhoto typu, nech sa páči, kto chce, nech si od nás kúpi. To znamená ani náboj. Znamená, že zadarmo nepôjde žiadna smrtiaca pomoc na Ukrajinu a nezúčastníme sa žiadnej schémy, ktorá by viedla k tomu, že budeme financovať vojenské potreby Ukrajiny. Nenakupujeme ropu my znovu, to je maďarská rafinéria. No, problém bude v tom, že jediný problém môže byť v tom, že budeme kupovať drahšiu ropu. A že bude všetko drahšie. To je výsledok všetkých týchto sankcií. Čiže opäť sa potvrdilo, že nie je poškodený ten, voči komu tá sankcia je určená, ale poškodení sme my, ktorí...
All right, at least 2 workers were killed in an oil pipeline fire in Iraq's Zubair outfield. There was no impact on oil flows as the throughput, I beg your pardon, is at 400,000 barrels per day. The fire has also left 5 workers seriously injured, broke out as a team was carrying out welding work near the pipeline. Firefighters were working to extinguish the fire which broke out on a section of the pipeline that transports crude oil from the Zubair field to nearby storage tanks. Meanwhile, Iraq's oil ministry has stated that the fire originated from a gas leak in an old pumping system at the Zubair oil storage depot, confirming that 1 employee of the Basra oil company was killed and 4 others were wounded. But that's all we have for now. Keep watching NewsX World for more.